Hi everyone, this is Erin with Ariengabriella. How are you doing today? I want to come on and just kind of do a general discussion about what I have been seeing from just the energies that have been surrounding me in my life and kind of how I've been seeing them affect others around me and to me as well. And to just kind of give you a little bit of tips of how you can go about just making sure that as much as possible that your day is as calm and as peaceful as you can muster. Now for me, things have really been just kind of picking up on life. I have a lot going on. I have my business that I'm trying to start. I have these videos, as I said before. One thing that I've noticed though is that, I do have a day job, and the day job is definitely picking up. And I've noticed that tensions are running high. Now, I've noticed it mostly at work because I spend the most time around work people. I'm actually a little bit of a hermit. If I'm not with my family, I'm usually alone, just because it's really difficult for me to find people that match my vibration and my frequency. I mean, there are a couple of people out there who absolutely do, but I literally just mean a couple. Everyone else is just kind of not quite there yet, so it's just not a good match. I find myself alone often, and that doesn't mean I'm lonely. It just means that I'm alone. It's not a big deal. But as a result of that, sometimes my world, especially where my vibration is a little bit removed from the masses, or maybe like what the majority might be feeling at any given time. So I use the people that I work with as really good barometers for what's going on in the general public, because the world that I've created for myself outside of work is, pretty much peaceful all the time, unless like there's some random craziness that comes at me from the side, like from like a stranger or something like that, which is a testament, to the work I've done to just kind of build my peaceful, kind of safe, energetically safe life, because you don't want vampires around you and stuff like that. But anyway, I just use kind of the people at work as test cases, and I've noticed that everyone that I have interacted with recently, especially this past week, has come off like a little, the energies vary between straight pissed to exasperated to depressed to maybe even ill, like physically ill, which to me, a lot of times physical illness is evidence of like just another kind of spiritual issue. So to see that and to feel that around me it's concerning. I've built up protections around myself so it doesn't impact me the same way it used to before I was awake and was still absorbing these energies, but not understanding the difference between my energies and other people's energies, and how to keep my bubble clean, I guess, from darker energies that may come in. So it's just interesting for me to just kind of observe. And what I want to do now is to just let everyone out there who may be struggling, who may be having a tough time, just to know that it's okay. Just to know that, these different kind of frustrations and tensions that you're going through are necessary in order for all of us to kind of make it through Earth's ascension and make it out to the other side. So like for me, like I am stressed out and tired as well. A lot of my stress just comes from the fact that there's so many opportunities that I want to take advantage of, but it also comes from the fact that, I know where I'm going, but I'm not there yet. And a lot of my life looks very much the same. Like it's like I can see the goal out in front of me, but it seems so close yet so far away. And I think that disconnect between my ultimate goal and the transition, which on the outside doesn't yet look the way that I want it to look, I think that frustration can be one of the big reasons for people who are vibrating a little bit higher, why they may be having some stress or some anxiety. And if you're vibrating a little bit lower, I think that you're just kind of going through, hopefully, your ascension, and the time when you first start waking up and the time when you first start going through those trials and tribulations, and you're starting to realize that the world as you know it is just not what you thought it was. You're starting to look around you and kind of see that the things that used to satisfy you don't anymore, that you don't relate to people the same way you used to relate to them. That can be incredibly stressful and difficult. And then when you tack on things that a lot of normal people have to deal with, like, a regular job, maybe like current or recently ended relationships that you're recovering from, even things like, bills and debt can add just unbelievable amounts of stress. So just be prepared for a difficult period, but just keep working internally. Because sometimes you just can't see the way forward, but understand that the path is there. You just kind of have to keep going and moving along in what seems like darkness for a little bit longer before you find that light. So I just wanted to communicate words of encouragement, words of compassion, and words of love and care to those of you out there who resonate with this message. I also think it would be really helpful to give you a couple of tips on the way that you can use emotional alchemy in order to transmute some of what you may be feeling, right? Because spirituality, like, part of it, in my opinion, is transmuting and clearing a lot of the darker energies that surround you, and to be able to protect yourself from darker energies coming in. I think one of the most amazing forms of transmutation is gratitude. Just kind of looking around yourself and asking yourself, what am I grateful for? Have you given yourself a pat on the back lately for, the growth that you've had over the course of your life, or even the course of a short period? Can you see the ways that, your life has improved from the better? If not, that's totally okay. If you feel like it's gotten worse, are there lessons that you've learned that, you're grateful for, or that can help you get better in the future? Like, those are just all different ways to show gratitude. Is there anyone in your life, whether it be another person, a pet, something that you love to do, like a passion that you love to do, that you're grateful for, that you have, because it just helps keep your life full? That's something else that you could absolutely be focusing on, and kind of just taking the time to kind of sit in a place of love. And I think that being in gratitude is a really great tool to help you sit in love and learn what it's like to be in a place of love more frequently. I think the second thing you could do, of course, I'll reiterate this every chance I get, is to meditate. I meditate all the time. I meditate anywhere. I meditate every day. I think that sometimes I do every other day now, just because, like, for some reason I've just been doing that. So I go back and forth between, like, everyday meditations and occasional every other day meditations. But I have to tell you that, sometimes work gets busy and I say to myself, like, oh, I don't have time to meditate, whatever. And then I'll go maybe more than one day without meditating. Like, if I make it through like 48 full hours without meditating, I am just a wreck. Like, I cannot do it. It's just the ultimate, like, torture. It's literally torture at this point for me to go without meditation, because the difference is so vast. So I will always make a point to reiterate to you to meditate, and just keep pushing and keep working on it. Because, when I first started, it was difficult for me to sit through 10-15 minutes, but now I'm to the point now where It varies depending on, you know, how I'm feeling, but I'm usually clocking like 30 minutes to an hour on average. You know, I've heard of some other people, you know, some other like YouTubers doing like 3 hours. Like, I'm not that person. You don't have to be that person either to get the full benefits of meditation practice and to ascend and to connect with your guides. So that's another one that I would recommend. Let's see if I can find anything else for you off the top of my head. Those are the two big ones. Forgiveness is another one, but I feel like that's its own beast. So I'm not going to talk about that right this second. I might take might do another video on that one. Is there anything else I can think of right now for you? I think that might be it. But I want to keep the series going. I want to help anyone out there figure out how they can use emotional alchemy to stay calm in the midst of chaos. So as I come up with more ideas, I will definitely let you know that. Again, my name is Erin with Ariengabriella. My new business is launching in 2020. Still working, still trucking on it. If you're interested in my videos or interested in learning more about my products, you can join my mailing list at ariengabriella.com, and please remember to subscribe. Thank you so much. Hang in there.